Hi, hello, Chima. Again, my name is Nigeria issue, and then we're just gonna talk about Nigeria briefly. And I'm just gonna freestyle. Again, as I always end, this is my thoughts and my views and everything. I think it's just my thought and my views. And really, the last time I spoke about the good luck BUHARIE candidacy, and I really applaud those comments and the critics the, that came with it, and people asking me to give proof. But listen, I never put anything online and never say anything without having fact backing it. Everything, the reason why you ask for proof and fact to everything I say is because one, you don't realize that there's so many things going out there. There's technology for you to google it and check them. If you think I'm not lying, you post on your comment something that is against it, but seriously. But if you just come out and say proof, everything I say is kind of, I have my intels and I'm fact about it. And if you want one-on-one, you message me one-on-one, I'm going to show you everything and fact about it. But right now, that's not what it is. Just want to talk about the candidacy. It's the last day of January, so we have 14 days right now to the 2015 general election, presidential election. And the main two parties here, though there are a lot of, like, I found out there are like 8 parties. So eight parties like going in for presidency, but the main two parties, the PDP, which is the ruling party, the incumbent, that's how the good luck, the incumbent candidate, and General Muhammadu Buhari, he's the opposition party, the APC. Really just I want to talk about him, and I really want to applaud the courage and everything. I liked this man. I like he was my main candidate back then. I think it was 2003 general election. Also, yeah, I think he was my candidate. I think no, 2007. So general election, he was my candidate. How I wish I was having an opportunity to vote then. I would have voted, but I lost. I was in transit. I was in between two states during the election, and I registered in another state and moved to like another state just urgent the eve of the election. So that's why I was not fortunate to vote then. But if I voted then, I would have voted for him. That's how much I really wanted him to be president. We're talking about this man. He's been coming up as presidency for like 3 years now. He contested and he has been saying, like, I think three times he has come out for presidency, and yet fortunately he has not won. And I like his skill and his political ambition, that he's very strong. He's the kind of guy I look up to, and I say never give up, be strong, and you will always get it. But sometimes I want to check out some things in my life when I try to do something so many times and I don't get it. I'll try to ask myself why. He's a guy I really respected. I know, but maybe I was not born during the time he was a president, about 30 years ago, when he was in his 40s. He ruled Nigeria for a brief period of time. He took over from he like the coup stopped the democracy then. And you ask that why was the democracy stopped? Why is it the fact that he stopped the democratic regime and still want to come up now in a democratic regime? Then I wished I had some clues and answers then, or know more like I know now. But all the same, I would want to say it's past now. We should look up to like the facts that is really happening. And the truth is that he's coming again as a president candidacy. And I wish him all the best. But now, looking at the facts of what they've been saying for ages and what they've been saying for years, until recently, I was meant to understand that everyone is condemning the present administration right now. Everyone is saying things about it, but no one's really looking deep into it. I don't have any personal grudge or anything about the APC candidate, General Muhammad Buhari, and I respect him so much. He was my candidate in 2007. If I voted, I'm sure I would have voted for him. But I would really want to say we should not beat ourselves to distractions and lies just because we want to gain some political minds. First of all, we will look at what they are saying. They're saying the present administration is doing bad, which really, when I looked at out everything he's been doing or he's doing, I'll really say if you want to campaign, you campaign, but don't paint the other person that bad. He was in his 40s, he was so young, but he had an opportunity, a time to change Nigeria. But what impact did they make during the time he was a president? He had all the will. Um, it was a military regime. He could enforce more powers and laws and things to go right. Why was he, let's say, taken out? What was the bad thing he did? And I could remember then when he was, I don't remember, I could read things when he was overtaken out, like the coup came and he left out the power. Many people rejoiced. Why were they rejoicing? Why were they happy then? Why, when he was overthrown? We should look at things. I learned that he always, the story of him being like, nah, I'm a one president, I'm not having anything. Wow, you came out without having anything, really? Like, seriously? Okay, let's think about that. But right now, monthly, as a former president, he collects 30 million naira monthly. What does he do with it? Has he ever sponsored any charity fund? Has he ever done any textures to show that, yeah, even with the little I'm having, I'm still giving out? Yeah, his daughter in UK, she's studying in a school that's over £16,000. And you have to say that, yeah, I'm not having anything. It's kind of the same thing. No, no, surely I'm not here to paint him black. Well, I'm just here to talk about how bad they've painted Good Luck and my analysis and looking at it, my personal analysis. Good Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, the former president that ruled from 1999 to 2007, 2 terms. He did 2 terms. And rumors had it that, which he always said that I never initiated, he wanted to go for third term. He's the one campaigning against the president the Good Luck going for this second term. But he fought crook and hell for his second term. I could remember the general election then. I could see the red cap armies everywhere. I could see it, then you knew that it was just like Obasanjo was going to win and nothing was going to stop it. If it was him in Good Luck shoes now, will he really want to step down, which he was advising, or he's advising Good Luck to step down right now? I know you, sir, OBJ, President Olusegun Obasanjo Chief, I know you want to step down. Let's call the spade a spade. That's true. Okay, now, analyzing what he says and analyzing the real fact, I thought he wrote a book, his own biography, where he painted that Good Luck is not fit or capable to rule Nigeria. Those are his thoughts and those are his ideas. I really respect that man. He's really a high chief. He's a leader. I respect him. But you know what? The one fact I want to compare him and the president. You see, the Freedom of Information Bill. The Freedom of Information Bill was initiated during Obasanjo's time. This president of the Obasanjo that says good luck is bad refused to sign the Freedom of Information Bill. Why? He had some, I don't know. But you see, the same person he painted being black or being bad is the same person that went ahead and signed the Freedom of Information Bill. Thinking about it. You're good. Why didn't you sign the Freedom of Information Bill? Those are just my thoughts. He's painting, sometimes I look at it, I say this is like an opposite thing. Second of all, you see, the minimum wage, I could remember then the NLC, they were going on Nigerian Labour Congress, they went on strike so many times because of Mr. President, then Olusegun Obasanjo, refused to approve the then 7,500 minimum wage to the level of what the NLC were looking for of 18,000 naira minimum wage. They refused. He refused, and they went on strike for months and months, and he never did. And all through his second 2 terms in office, he never did. He never signed the Freedom of Information Bill. He never approved the minimum wage of 7,500. But good luck, in his one term, he passed and signed the Freedom of Information Bill into. And right now, the Freedom of Information Bill is out there in Nigeria. That's why we can say this. He signed. Also, the minimum wage is no more 7,500, which the president refused to sign, to a 18,000 naira minimum wage, which the president refused to sign until he left office. Passing those ones, going to the roads, they're talking about infrastructural development that the president has never done anything. But you see, in 4 years, this is fact. I am telling you the truth. There's 25,000 kilometer road. I know, yes, democracy and democracy is like you have the right to good roads, to good amenities, but yet they always complain he didn't do anything. The government don't do anything. He should go, he should leave, he has not done anything. I'm sure even some people right now is going to oppose this video and say this guy is just lying. I'm not having any political I don't think any of my parents are into any political parties. I know very well of that, and I don't have any strong link with this ruling party, so I'm not gaining anything. These are just my thoughts and my views, as I always point out. 25,000 kilometer road has been done in his first term in the past 6 years. And yet, this 25,000 kilometer road was not achieved in 8 years of Obasanjo. And yet they say he is the one that condemns good luck. The railway system. He had a dream of us getting railway. So many amount of money was sunk into the railway system, and yet he left office without no single progress in the railway system. And yet this man, in 6 years, we have a working railway from Port Harcourt to Benue. It's not any lies or everything. You can go and you can see it. It's working presently as we speak. And yet someone comes and say the president has not done anything, the president's the bad man, wrote a book about it. But yes, he spent 8 years and never did any of the railway. We never had a working railway system. Interstate working railway system, we never had it. And I could acknowledge the fact that he signed so much amount in the railway system, but it was never put back. Is that the corruption that he said that he fought? Just my thoughts, my views. And again, looking at it, it was the election part during the time of the Obasanjo. It's rarely a time that a party that is not a PDP will win free and generally. The only time they won is during the court. Truth. Oshomole bear witness said to that. He won the PDP in Edo State, but no, they didn't give it to him. He had to go to court to gain back the power. Then during the President Olusegun Obasanjo, whenever election is done in a state, it's either the PDP winning, then later the court decides. But in Goodluck administration, the first 6 years, there have been so many non-ruling party getting into power. We can see that in Anambra. The Anambra election was conducted. We can see that even in Edo State. Later, after Oshomele won, he conducted it and he still won. He was not in the ruling party. The free and fair election that we see in this present administration, we couldn't find it in the Obasanjo administration, and yet someone comes up and says Obasanjo is Goodluck is a bad man. The same person. No, this is kind of like a divided thing. Someone is kind of saying something which he never did. It's like talking about himself. Well, I'll move on. In the first tenure of Goodluck, there were 12 universities, and there are 12 universities being established. 12 new universities. 12 new universities, that means he reduced the amount of people post secondary school scholars. You know, I don't know, but I'm kind of young, I'm kind of youth. I understood that fact even when I wrote my O levels. I could remember the number of people that wanted to get into the school and the number of spaces available. I could remember I wrote like 4 to 5 times with all standard getting, but yet no space. But right now, presently, in Nigeria, 12 new universities. I know it's not up to anything. I know there are still many work to be done, but yet we should acknowledge the fact that someone is trying. And not just come to say he's bad. It's bad. Compared to you, he's better. I'm just saying my thoughts and my views. And out of those 12 universities, 9 of them were in the north. And yet, the northerners, and then they're saying he's not doing anything in the north and everything. Even looking at it, going further, then in the north, we have these beggars that stay on the road. They call those Alamajeris children and everything. It was in this present administration, Goodluck administration, they created a school for the Almajeris. This was not done in Goodluck's and in former President Olusegun Obasanjo's tenure, and yet he's the one that's saying Goodluck is bad. He's not capable to govern. He's not fit to govern. Sir, with due respect, if only you did half of these things, if only you signed the Freedom of Information Bill, you could have reason to say that, and maybe Goodluck has not done anything. But yet you didn't sign it. The minimum working wage 7,500, you never did. Goodluck did it to 18,000 naira, 25,000 kilometer road. You never did in your 8 years. The railway system never worked in your 8 years. The free and fair election was rarely done in your 8 years. 12 new universities and 9 in the north were rarely done in your 8 years. At the Almajiri school for the street children was never done in your 8 years. The power sector for over your 8 years, we stayed with 2,000, barely walking around with 2,000, 2,005, 2,000 megawatt. But in one man administration, he has accomplished twice or thrice the amount which you never did in your 8 years. And yet you came out and say that this man, the ruling party right now, is not fit to govern. Really? If one president did what you couldn't do in 8 years in his first tenure, and you could say that he's not fit to govern, wow. That is the irony of the matter. And yet in the agricultural sector, there's revival of the agricultural system that even in Christmas, I could remember back home, in Christmas time, the price of commodity goes so high that you'll be like, wow. But in 2013, 2014 Christmas, people in Nigeria, it's facts. Don't criticize if you're not in Nigeria. You could find out that even the price of the commodity didn't go up that high. We could compare. Then when it was Christmas, you will see tomatoes and everything will be like thrice the amount. But compared it to this last 2013, 2014, even this last Christmas. Why? Because of the agricultural program that is ongoing, the reviving of the agricultural sector. There's so much food, so no need for inflation or hyping of prices, because there are a lot of people with competitions. And yet you say this administration is not fit to govern. You didn't do it in 8 years. I could remember I've slept in the fuel fuel line for days, especially when it's Christmas time. Then it's no go area. We use that as we just say, it's Christmas. No, we don't buy fuel, because yes, you have to spend night. Me, I'm a weakness. I am personally, I've slept in the filling station countless of times, because during that festive season they're like scarcity a lot. But in 2013, 2014, guys, back home, did you experience any fuel scarcity? And yet the same person who didn't do it in 8 years came out and said that in his 4 years, what somebody did, what he couldn't do in 8 years. Someone that didn't do it in 8 years is irony of life, coming to say the person that did what he couldn't do is not fit to govern. Really? You see, now right now, those people landing from outside, you could see a new look of our airports, putting on a international world standard. Renovation of Abuja Airport. You can see the way it's looking. International airports coming up, even the one in Enugu. Things being set up in. Forgive me, you did a lot in your 8 years, but seriously, was our airports up to the standard that they are right now? And yet, they come and say he's not fit to govern. More employment. Seriously, even I was just looking at the video from Al Jazeera interviewing Dangote. He's saying this is the time Nigeria has, like, we've experienced one of the greatest time in history. There's so much employment, lot of job being created now, like never before. We have 12 new automobile companies. Then I could remember one of the major industries then in your 8 years of office was Dunlop, and yet they left Nigeria even while you were still in office, because yes, there was no how should I put it, like, it was hard for them to strive. The only major manufacturer company, Dunlop, the tires, they left. Even Peugeot stopped in Inewi. Peugeot company, we didn't hear much about it in your 8 years. But right now, 12 new automobile companies are in Nigeria. We have the Nissan, we have, we have the Kia, we have so much. Now, even we have our indigenous automobile company, and yet it never happened in your 8 years, and you came and say this administration, the present president is not fit to govern. There's so much job. Look at the job created in the UN. Youth being given an avenue to be able to put up their intellectual business ideas and get a grant, not a loan, a grant of over 10 million naira in cash. Just bring up your ideas that is worth taking, and we'll give you 10 million to set it up, and check out the jobs created. About the UN thing, I'm not saying this out of like the blues. I hear about it one on one. God knows I'm not lying about this. Even a close pal of mine, like my sister, is also part of it. She took part in the UN program and she got it. I know she was not even connected with any political party. I know she was not even sponsoring any political administration. I know she was just a student trying to make ends meet, a young graduate that went into an entrepreneurship, and yet just a simple idea that she brought up and she won the grant. It was not so do saying I was there before I left the country. It was there. Sometimes, I think the problem about this administration is that they lack marketing. They lack the good marketing strategy to be able to sell them well. But because me comparing it with the person opposition and everything, they should not even have a say to say, because right now they can't even condemn this administration. I know that right now there are some issues, so many places, like the security challenges. But seriously, these security challenges, let's think about it. Let's think about who's coming up. Is the Northerner. The opposition, the APC candidate is Northerner. We could remember the Niger Delta militants. When they came, it was a southern problem. It was affecting the whole Niger Delta region. And who went there? Who solved it? It was the Southerners, the Southern leaders. They went into the creek. Goodluck Obasanjo, Goodluck Ebele. Then he went into the creek. He talked to the youth. They dropped down their guns. They approved amnesty. Why? Because they took charge. Hey, BUHARIE, how many times have you taken charge? This is the northern leaders. Have you guys come together and think about these things? The president has even tried giving them amnesty for clean, innocent life and everything. Yet it was refused. Why? Because you guys, forgive me to say, in the northern part, the leaders, what are you guys doing about this Boko Haram issue, which has become a great menace, like a great threat to the whole of the northeast region and moving towards the neighboring countries? Started from one place. What are you guys doing, the northern leaders? Is it that you guys can't talk to your youth? Is it that this youth are above you guys? In the south, I could remember what stopped the militants. Militants right now, we are hearing it at the things of the past. But right then, it was a hot cake. It was kidnapping here and there every day. But it stopped. Why? Because the southern leaders, they took it upon themselves. They went into the creeks to talk to their boys. How many times have you guys gone to talk to your boys? How many you were a top general? All those top generals in the north, come up and go there to the creek. I tell him that if everyone goes there, they're going to keep on shooting them. You guys are strategic. You a general, those things about the Boko Haram menace and everything, and yet he is the one coming to say, I'm going to solve Boko Haram issue. What effort have you done? It's happening in just your zone, the north. What have you done as a past general? What have you done as a leader, as an elder statesman? What have you done calling on your chiefs? No, because I shouldn't do anything because it's not because I'm not yet in power. When you put me in power, I'm going to do it. Why don't you do something now? Let us know you're doing something. If you can't do it now, who says you're going to do it when you come in power? No, when I come in power, I'll be the president. I'll make things happen. That's what you're always saying. Every time we go into a campaign, I've been following your campaign rallies. You say you're going to stop insecurity. That insecurity is going to be the things of the past. But what have you been doing before now? Have you ever put it into your hands and say this insecurity is going to be checked? I don't have any personal grudge against any of them. I'm just being open-minded here. Again, I end. This is my thoughts and my views. Just analyzing the two parties and analyzing them and knowing what to do. But seriously, Nigeria, is good luck that bad? Based on all those things, is it that bad? Even the past president that came out to say he's ungovernable, he never signed the Freedom of Information Bill. The past president that says he's ungovernable never signed the minimum wage of 18,000 currently, which they went on strike for years, for months about. He never revamped the railway system. The power sector was, in 8 years he kept it in 2000, and now it's more than twice the amount in 4 years, and yet you say it's ungovernable. Free and fair election. I'm a witness. I know that here PDP, then even the people that won against the PDP, they won it in court, not in the elections. But in this administration, we experience free and fair election, that even the ruling parties we are defeated in many states. And yet you guys came out and say he's corrupt, he's ungovernable. Almajiri schools, the power sector, the agriculture, revamping of the agricultural sector. Or, I can't, this is just me, my thought and my views. Thank you.